Hello everyone, this is Precious. So today I'm going to show you how we can plot a basic um, line plot in R programming. And I'm going to use some dataset that I've created, and you all have access to this data because I'll put a link in the comment section so you can have access to this data and try to replicate what I've done here on your PC. So first thing, I'm going to load in the necessary packages that I'm going to use for this basic plotting, and I'm going to use pacman. So pacman contains a functions contains a particular function that helps to download and load multiple packages at the same time. So I'm going to use that function. But since have already have pacman already installed on my PC, I'll just run straight in utilizing this function. So follow with me. So pacman, and then I'm going to use a function called package load. So it's pload. So the moment you do that, you just have to pass in the packages that you want to load. So I'm going to load Tidyverse. Everyone loves Tidyverse. I'm going to also to load ggpopr. So ggpopr is a function that is very essential in producing elegant graphics, those propagation ready graphics that you normally see in journals. And I'm going to load another package, read Excel, because I'll be importing some data from my PC to do the basic plotting. So I'll run that, and once I do that, I need to do one thing. I want to set a theme for my graphs. So for me to do that, I just have to use a ggplot function called theme set. So write that, and then I'll pass in the theme that I want. So I want to use theme black and white, and as you can see, there are many themes that you can play around. So I'm going to use the black and white as this is my favorite. So there you go, and I'm going to load my data into R so that I can have access to it. So I'll call my data, and I'm going to use the read Excel function from read Excel to load my data. So here I'll pass in the file path. So it's Precious, and it's desktop, it's Eliza data, and this is the data that I'm going to load. So to have a look at the data, I just have to type names data, and then it will bring you the data. It will bring you the names that it has. So it has 3 columns with bearing the name standard, concentration, and OD, and you can view the data here. The standard has character values, and concentration has numerical values, and the OD has numerical values. You can view it here. But the data points that we're going to use are from column number 1, are from row number 1 up to row number 7. So which has the standard concentration and the OD. So for me to have access to row number 1 up to row number 7 of that data set, what you need to do is to subset. So I'll say data, and then I'll subset. I want row number 1 up to row number 7, and just like that, and then you have that. So from row number 1 up to row number 7, and then from here I'll start the basic ggplot syntax for plotting. So I'll pass in the ggplot function, and then I'll map. So I want to plot concentration against OD. So the concentration is going to be my x-axis, and the OD is going to be the y-axis. So I'll type in concentration and OD, and here this will just produce a blank canvas, as you can see here, bearing the bearing concentration as x-axis and OD as y-axis. And then here I'll just add in the geometries that I want to add. So first thing I'm going to add geom smooth. It's like a linear type of graph on the canvas. So just try to add this geom smooth, and you pass it there, and there you go. So you have this beautiful line with the gray background. So the gray background is the standard error. So I don't want the standard error to be there, so I'll take out the standard error. So standard error is SE, and I'll make it false. And I'll also change the line type to be 2. There are different line types, and for this one I'm using line type 2. So it's now that dotted line, and it has taken out the gray background. And also I'm going to add another geom smooth, but this one I'm going to specify the method. So the method I'm going to use is try to feed all the data that it has taken into a linear model. So you just have to type LM. So LM means linear model, and I want the color to be black. So color is equal to black. There you go, beautiful. So you have this linear line. You have this continuous line with the gray background. The gray background is the standard error. And I'm going to add another components, because here it doesn't show the data points, and then so it doesn't show the data points, so I'll have to add the data points by plotting another geometry called geom point. And for these points, I need to set the size for my points. So I'll say size is equal to something like, for example, 9, to make them a little bit bigger. And there you go. So those are the data points connecting the lines, and this is the linear fitted line on these data points. And I'll have to show what these data points represent by labeling them. So I'll label using geom label or geom text. I'm going to use geom text, and here I'll have to map it. So I'll say label is equal to so I'll label it by standard. So as you can see, standard has blank A, B, up to F. So I want to have all these points being labeled with those texts. So I'll say label by standard. So standard, and the color here is not appearing because the color is black, so the color I want it to be white. Need to show. Definitely beautiful. So you have all these data points being labeled as blank ABC up to F. But let me just reduce the size. So the size, so that the blank is able to fit in its box. So let me just put the size to be 4. 4 is not doing anything, so let me put 3. Yeah, so 3 is able to fit in. Now our graph is looking nice, but we need to add in some statistics, like the regression equation for the fitted line, and also the r squared and the adjacent r and its associated p-value. So the way to do that, we have to use a function from ggpubr called start core, because this is, we know this is a correlation, and with that is able to give us the r and its associated p-value. And I want it also to show us the r squared, so that's adjusted r squared. So for that to show up, we need to use the function from ggpubr called start regression line, And here we can run it, and as you can see, it has override the R and the P value. So we need to dodge them by giving them the label position. So I'll say label X should be that one, but we should just change the Y. And I just want it a little bit lower, so it'll be like 0. I think 1.25. Not bad, somewhere here, I think so. There you go, beautiful. But we don't want it there. We want the regression line to be here. So I'll have to push it a little bit further. Okay, I have to lower it a bit, so it'll be like 0.75 75, and its associated y should x should be like 0.6. Let's see it. Beautiful. So you have that equation representing the fitted line, and now here we want to show the r squared. That's the adjusted r squared. So we're going to use that regression line, the same equation, but here we need to map it. We need to show the label. So its label is equal to after stat, and inside here we're gonna use r dot label. And there you go. Now you see it has overridden the R, so we need to change the label. We need to reposition it. The X is okay, but we just have to change the Y, which is gonna be like 0.0. Okay, like 125. Somewhere here. There you go. And one last thing that I want to do is try to make the graph a little bit beautiful by highlighting the rectangle. So I'm gonna use so I'll highlight the rectangle and take out the grids. So we're gonna use the function called theme, and I'll say panel grid for me to take out the grid line. So I don't want it there, so I say element blank. So you see it's now blank, and I'm gonna highlight the rectangle. So rect is equal to element, it's a rectangle, so element rectangle, and I want the line width. I want line width to be something like to be something like 1. Yeah, 1 is not bad. Beautiful. So here's how. So that's how we're able to plot a basic line plot or a correlation plot using R. So if you have any other questions regarding to today's topic, please don't hesitate to comment down below, and I'll be able to check it and address it. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Like and subscribe.